A Simp special tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Check-in Report. We're here tonight. We're gonna rock out for a little bit.
Got it all, cause your body is fine and you're blowing my mind. Got it all, shorty tryna make you mine. Got it all, from the waist side. Know you're riding well, the OT and stateside. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you're looking good. Know you're rolling well, the front to a backwood. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, roll with me. Know you tipsy over 2 cups of Hennessy. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, I'm getting right with you. Come and spend the night with you. Oh, girl, got it all. Cause your body is fine and you're blowing my mind. Got it all. Shorty tryna make you mine. Got it all, from the waist side. Know you're riding well, the OT and stateside. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all.
Yeah, girl, you smell good. Yeah, girl, you look fine. Yeah, you a little freak, even when you on FaceTime. Yeah, girl, you got it all. Yeah, girl, you got it all. Yeah, she from Brentwood, whipping on wood grain. Got a Mercedes 82, whipping in out of lanes. Baby girl, you scheming. Got a nigga fiending. To the left, to the left. Go ahead and be little Beyonce off to yourself. Going to the left, going to the left, going to the left, going to the left, yeah.
Got it all. Cause your body is fine and you're blowing my mind. Got it all. Shorty tryna make you mine. Got it all, from the waist side. Know you're riding well, the OT and stateside. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all.
Welcome to the Check-in Report. I am your humble yet gracious host. I am in the building. I'm not your homie. I'm the one and only Macaroni. I'm in the building, y'all. I want to know, and let me put this in the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm in the building, y'all, and I'm just here to ask the question: would you take her back if she cheated on you? Hit the like button. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting things right in the comment section. Hit that like button, you know what I mean? Hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Know what I mean? I'm here to ask the question, though. Would you take her back if she cheated on you? If you were dealing with a woman, your girlfriend, your wife, your baby mother, would you take her back? Now, let me say this. A lot of men love to... they love to put on the facade. Like, I wouldn't take no cheating bitch back. I wouldn't take no woman back if she cheated on me. Oh, hell no. Once a girl cheat on me, it's over. You know, a lot of men love to put on that facade. But if you love this woman, if you care for this woman, if you have children with this woman, if there's any type of love there, you will consider taking that woman back. And I want to know tonight, anybody that's in the building, let me know, would you consider taking that woman back? And me personally, I don't have an issue with any man taking that woman back. I don't have an issue with that. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I don't have an issue with it is because if you really love this woman, if you care about this woman, I don't think that should be an issue for you. I think that you should be able to get over that. If you love this woman, if you genuinely love the woman, if you genuinely care, if you genuinely have some type of remorse in your heart for this woman, you will consider forgiving her. And let me explain why. Love is to the point of selflessness. Love is sacrifice. Love is selflessness. Love is putting your wants, your needs, the things that you desire, the things that you want out of life, the things that you have a yearning for. Love is you putting that all to the side for the behalf of someone else that you care about. That's what love is. That's sacrifice. That takes sacrifice, that takes caring. And if you genuinely have that for another human being, you will consider forgiving them for cheating on you. And I want to know from you men tonight, any men in the building, this is a late night show. And I just want to know from you men, would you consider taking that woman back? Whether she be your wife, whether she be, and I also, I don't want to just put it on the men. We can add women to the mix. Let's add women to the mix. Women, you've dealt with some dude that, he possibly has cheated on you, and you forgave him time and time again. You thought he would get it right the second time, the third time, the fourth time. You continued to take that man back because you loved him. You cared about him. And you should not be ostracized as a woman for doing that. You genuinely had love in your heart. You genuinely cared about this person, and you wanted them to get it right. You wanted them to finally be that great man that you saw them being. Woman, you shouldn't feel ostracized for that. You shouldn't feel bad for that. You shouldn't feel a way about that. You shouldn't feel any type of way because of you felt this way about this man. And that's real spill. So yeah, I want to hear from you people tonight, no matter what it is, whether it be baby mama, whether it be let me put this on here, whether it be baby mama, whether it be your baby daddy, your wife, your girlfriend, no matter what it is, I want to know, would you take back that woman? Would you take back that woman? JDT, salute to JDT. He says, nah, after cheating once, that trust is gone. I'd be gone. I have to ask this question, JDT. If you can't forgive that woman, did you ever really love her? JDT, did you ever really love her if you don't have forgiveness in your heart? I would say, if you don't have the strength to forgive her in your heart, you never loved her. JDT, love is about sacrifice. Love is about putting the desires, the feelings, the wants and needs that are on you, and putting them to the side for someone that you care about. If you can't put your wants and your needs and your feelings to the side, did you ever really love that woman? A lot of people have love mixed up. A lot of people don't understand what love is. Love is to the point of selflessness. Love is the pure example of selflessness. It's putting yourself to the side. It's saying, I'm willing to do whatever I can to make this person happy. I'm willing to do whatever I can to be a great human being to this person. If you're not willing to do that for a woman, did you ever really love her? I would say no. I would say no. You know, I would say no. Maybe you didn't love her that much. Maybe you didn't care about her that much. You know? Listen, and also JDT, people make mistakes. Chance says no. Why not, Chance? Chance says no. Why not, Chance? Chance, did you ever really love that woman? If you can't put yourself to the side for another woman, I would say you never really loved that woman. You didn't care about her. Remember, Chance, we're all human beings. A lot of people get it mixed up with women. You know, women, they desire sex just like men. There's a misconception that, you know, only men are these horn dogs, only men are these creatures that have sexual desires, and only men are these beings that have this, sexual urge to, a sexual itch to scratch. I think that's absolutely untrue. Women have sexual desires too. Women have temptations as well. Women go through it. I would say sometimes women go through it a little bit more because women are constantly being propositioned by different men. Women are constantly being sought after. Think about it. A woman is going to job. She's being hit on by men at the job. She's walking down the street. She's beautiful, looking vivacious. She's being hit on by men on the streets. She's going to the mall to pick up something, to wear. Maybe she needs a new pair of shoes. She's going to the mall just to pick up shoes. She's not looking for attention, but she's at the mall. People are walking up to her at the mall. You look beautiful. What's your name? Are you married, ma'am? Women get propositioned all the time, way more than men do. So, women have these temptations as well. Women have these urges as well. And, she's a human being. She may make a mistake. She may make a calculated error. She may make a mishap judgment. She may make a poor choice in her life. Maybe the alcohol was flowing. Maybe she was feeling a little bit hurt by something you did to her, and she made a bad decision. Does that mean that you're going to put this woman away for the rest of your life? This is the woman you love. This is the woman you care about. She made a bad mistake. You've made bad mistakes, right? We've all made mistakes.
You don't find that suspicious?
A lot of us men, we've made mistakes. We've cheated on our girlfriends. We've hung out with women that we know we had no business hanging out with. We've dropped off tool on women that we should not have dropped off tool to. We've smashed women at the workplace. We've we've had little side pieces and side chicks on the side. But you want her to forgive you. You want her to forgive you for your mishaps. You want her to forgive you for your mistakes, but you're not willing to open up your heart to forgive her. That's suspicious if you ask me. Salute to FBA. I see FBA is in here. We got a couple people in the building. I don't know why my chat isn't catching up. Hold on, let me make sure my chat is catching up. I see we got people in the building though. Yeah, but these are some things to think about. Salute to FBA. Salute to Coco. JDT says, I've never been cheated on, so I can't speak too much on it. But JDT, I'm propositioning it to you. If a woman were to forgive you, right? You would want her to open up her heart and forgive you. If you got cheated on, wouldn't you want that woman to open up her? I mean, if you got cheated on by her, you don't think it would be fair for you to open up your heart as well? I think that would be fair. I really do. Hold on, let me read it on here. Coco says, woman or man, if one of them is cheating, he or she will do the same in future. So to me, no, I wouldn't take her back while she cheated. But I understand what you're saying. In essence, if someone cheated, if someone cheated once, they're liable to cheat again. I understand the premise of what you're saying. But if you both, let's say both of you cheated. Let's say both of you have cheated in this relationship, right? and you two both have a desire to be with one another, but maybe you two just have temptations and urges that you don't have the discipline, right? You don't think it's fair for you two to accept each other for who you are? You don't think that would be having solidarity and you forgiving one another for cheating on one another? I think that would be fair. Something to think about. Hold on. JDT says, if I cheated on someone, I wouldn't expect forgiveness. I would feel like a complete scummy person. LOL. Really? So JDT, you've never cheated on a woman before? You've never cheated on a woman? Now remember, JDT, this is what a lot of men don't know. Cheating is a very complex thing. A lot of things can be considered cheating. Spending time with another woman could be considered cheating. Let's say there's a woman at the job that you have let's say you have a work wife, and let's say you're spending a little bit more time with your work wife than you are with your wife at home. That could be considered cheating. You being a little bit too friendly with another woman, you being a little bit too friendly. Let's say you're a little too friendly with one of your female friends, where let's say your girl seeing pictures of you and your female friend, and you guys are close, and she's sitting on your lap in a picture or something like that. That could be considered cheating. A lot of things could be considered cheating. Cheating is in the eye of the beholder of the person you're with. Cheating is not always sexual. Cheating is not always, us having sex or us having relations. Cheating is in the eye of the person who is with you. So whoever you're with is indicative of them to say who you're cheating with. It's really not up to you. A girl sitting on your lap in a picture, that can be considered cheating. You spending time with another woman more than you are with your girlfriend, that can be considered cheating. A lot of things can be considered cheating. It's not indicative of you to say what's cheating, because if it was up to you, you would say, oh, I just got a little bit ahead. That's not cheating. Oh, yeah. I fingered her coochie, but that wasn't cheating. Who are you to say if that was cheating or not? It's your partner's decision to say, okay, yeah, you're acting a little bit too fresh with that girl. You're cheating. You're spending too much time with this girl. You're cheating. You and your female friend, y'all getting a little too cheeky together. That's cheating. It's not to you to decide what's cheating or not. It's for your girlfriend. It's for your partner to decide what's cheating.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah, so it's not indicative of you to say what's cheating or not. It's for your partner to decide. Your partner could say, you're cheating, you're doing too much, you're too cheeky with this girl, you're too friendly, you're getting a little too fresh with that girl at work. It's for your partner to decide. It's not for you to decide. Coco says, especially in the United States, as long as I am here in the United States, I didn't see any healthy relationships between my U.S. citizen friends. Where are you from, Coco? Where are you from, Coco? And listen, United States relationships are very complex. There's a lot of healthy United States relationships, but, a lot of United States relationships, they're based off of money, economics, class system. They're based off of, somebody once said, no finance, no romance. So a lot of relationships are based around that. And a lot of people in America, in my opinion, are having trouble dating. The dating scene right now, it's not too good. You got to remember when your mother and your father, like when my mom and my father was coming up, they didn't have Instagram. They didn't have social media. you know, the men and the women that were around in my mom's and father's age, in their age group, they didn't grow up in a social media era. You know, they didn't have all, you know, thousands and thousands of women on social media, thousands and thousands of women and men on dating apps. That was not to their disposal. It was the men and the women in their community, the men and the women that they were around, the men and the women that were on the workplace. That was it. There was no talking to a woman, 20 miles away from you in this town, or, you DMing this girl in this town and y'all being close and talking. That didn't exist in my mom's and father's era. So, there's a lot more temptation. There's a lot more things going on. It's a different era, and it's a different, it's a different beast. Coco says, I am from Greece. Oh, you're from Greece. Okay, salute, salute. What part of Greece are you from? What part of Greece are you from? What part of Greece are you from? Yeah, but it's a different era. Our mothers and fathers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, past generations, they did not grow up in a social media era. Your mom and father and your grandmother, they didn't grow up in a social media era. It's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new different system. People are meeting people on social media, on Instagram, dating apps, Facebook, Tinder, OkCupid, all these different things, all these different apps. People are meeting on each other. That didn't exist. That didn't exist 20 years ago. Let me not say 20 years. That didn't, well, really, yeah, 20 years ago. Yeah, it didn't exist 20 years ago. It didn't exist 25 years ago. It didn't exist 30 years ago. So it's a whole new ball game, Oh, you're from South Greece. Okay, it's from the Peloponnese. Okay, salute to Coco from the South Greece, Peloponnese. Salute. Salute to FBA Hustle, man. He says, yeah, relationships will never be the same. That's a fact. Relationships will never be the same. They'll never be the same because it wasn't this amount of temptation around. It wasn't this amount of social media being pumped into your face every 5 minutes. Your grandmother didn't grow up in an era where she had a phone and, dating apps, social media, 100 men liking her picture, 100 men in her DMs. Your grandmother didn't grow up in that type of era. Some of you men don't remember an era without social media. I remember it like it was yesterday. An era before social media. I'm talking about before Instagram, before Facebook, before MySpace, before a Black Planet. I take it back to Black Planet on y'all. A lot of y'all don't remember that. Women were different. There were women walking around back in those days, back in those eras. They had no idea how beautiful they were. They had no idea how gorgeous they were. There were women walking around in the streets. There were women walking around in your community. They had no idea about the men that desired them, the men that were after them, the men that wanted them. They didn't have 100 men in their DMs, pumping them up, gassing them up. That was an entirely different era. We live in an entirely different era than that. Entirely different era, Yeah, a lot of y'all have no idea of that. Coco says true. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. FBA says me too. I'm 35. Yeah, man. It's a different era, man. It's a different era. Would you say the relationships in Greece are better than the ones in the United States, or are they about the same? Do you think that the men and women in Greece are their relationships are better, or would you say it's about the same? Is this just a Westerner um lifestyle and living and dating scene, or is this really indicative of the world today? What would you say, Coco? I'm interested in your take. Um, FBA says AOL chat rooms was the beginning of the end. Yes. Yes, FBA. I remember those AOL chat rooms. I remember those AOL chat rooms. I remember those AOL chat rooms. I remember the sidekick era. You go in them chat rooms, you know? You get a couple of naked pictures in your DMs. I remember, and not your DMs. It was the email back then. Back then, you would get naked pictures in your email. I know you remember FBA. Them sidekick chat rooms, them AOL chat rooms. You be on your sidekick chatting with a joint. You tell her, hey, yo, send me some naked pictures. Send me some pictures. She'll send you some pictures in the email. You get a couple of naked pictures from her. You remember that era? You remember the sidekick era? I know you remember. Coco says no. Same everywhere. In my country, worse. Really? Wow. So he's saying in his country, it's worse. The dating scene is about the same, or even sometimes even worse. Wow. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, Coco, because that's just the world we live in today. We live in an era of social media. We live in an era of, Tinder, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of these different things. These things were not indicative of men and women. Men and women did not have these things back in the day. You know? Yeah, FBA says you've got mail. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That was the era, the sidekick era and the BBM era. Those are eras that I miss. I miss those eras. I miss the sidekick era. I miss the BBM era. I'm sipping on a little Cabernet here. Um, yeah, I miss that era. I miss the sidekick era. I miss the BBM era. I miss those eras. You know. And for you young men, if any young men are in here watching this, take advantage of your youth, bro. Take advantage of your youth. So many things that I know now that, when I was younger, I would have done. Take advantage of your youth. I always want to tell young men that anytime young men come in here, take advantage of your youth. It's very important that you do that. Coco says, okay, yeah, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, but how many of you would take back that woman that cheated on you, you know? And listen, let's stop making it seem like it's a negative thing. It's not a negative thing for you to take a woman back if she cheats on you. Women are human. They make mistakes. They make mistakes, they fall victim, they get manipulated by different men. Maybe you and your girlfriend got into a bad argument. She feels hurt by things you've said. Another man comes into the picture. He makes her feel good. She gets manipulated. Things happen, and I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that you should allow a woman to continue to cheat on you and to violate you and to break your trust. I'm not saying that, but we have to be honest about the situation. If you cheated on a woman, because listen, I've cheated before. I've cheated on a woman before. If I cheated on a woman, I would want her to find it in her heart to forgive me. You know? I would want her to find it in her heart to forgive me. I would want her to find it in her heart to say, you know what? I understand you messed up. And, I'm willing to work things out. I wouldn't want her to be, no, there's absolutely no way I'm going to work things out with you. I don't feel like if a man cheats on a woman, that it should be her leaving him. I think that a woman should be able to work that out. She should be able to work that out, you know? And depending on the woman, I'm not saying in every case, in every scenario, but depending on the woman, if she cheats, some of you men should take that woman back. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying in every scenario. There's some women that cheat that have no remorse, and you should not take them back. You know? But I'm just saying, we have to give a little bit of grace to women as well. Coco says, me personally, I would be more suspicious if I would keep her if she cheated. So better no, on my opinion. But we are humans. I know mistakes we are making, everybody, but to be more safer, better no. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So you would feel, so let me read that again. Me personally, I would be more suspicious if I would keep her if she cheated. So better no, on my opinion. But we, so you pretty much, you're saying you could do it. Pretty much you're saying you could do it, but if you were to do it, you would be suspicious of the woman because you're always going to have that thought in your brain, in your mind, that she could do it again. Now, I agree with you with that. I agree. Because that's just you being truthful. If a woman cheats on you, you're going to think that she's going to do it again. If she was willing to do it the first time, she'll be willing to do it again, right? I understand what you're saying. I get it. Yeah, and that's a valid gripe. That's a valid gripe. That's a valid gripe. And again, I'm not saying you should stay with a woman that continually cheats on you. That's not what I'm saying. That's not my message here. If a woman cheats on you 2 times, that's 2 times too many. It's really 1 time too many. But if you love her, if you care about her, and she apologizes and she tells you that she cheated and she wants your forgiveness, I think that you should be able to work it out with that woman. This is my opinion. You know? Coco says, I could, yes, but if I could, would I be more in fear? Yeah, well, I think if you did forgive a woman for cheating, I think that you would be in fear. I think we all would be in fear. If a woman cheats on you the first time, we would all think that she would be capable of doing it again. I think that I said that before. I think that that's a valid gripe. If you forgive a woman the first time for cheating, it's going to play into your mind that she's capable of doing it again. Like, that's what I would think as well. Like, if a woman cheats on me the first time and I forgive her, that's it. That's 1 time. That's 1 time too many. That's 1 time too many, because you already look like a fool the first time. You're gonna look even more like a fool the second time. FBA says, I think by your mid-30s as a man, you have been cheated on. You just don't know it. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, FBA. A lot of us have been cheated on already. We just don't know. We just don't know. Especially in your 20s, in your high school years, you absolutely got cheated on. Absolutely. When you were in your early 20s, you were dating a girl in college. You were dating a girl that was young and vibrant and free-spirited. You were in high school. You went to all the parties. You absolutely 1,000% got cheated on before. I know for a fact. Even though, a lot of my exes, they never told me. They never confided in me about it. But I know for a fact that I got cheated on. I know for a fact that I got cheated on. I don't have to ask them. I know the nature of women. I know how women are when they're in their younger years, when they're in their youthful years. I know how they are. So I know for a fact I got cheated on when I was younger. Coco says, high school years, amazing. We had MySpace. Yeah, MySpace was like the beginning, man. MySpace was like the beginning of all of this social media stuff. You know, I'm older than dirt. You know, I remember MySpace, Black Planet. Yeah, MySpace, Black Planet. They had a bunch of different sites back then. Some of them sites I don't remember. There was MySpace is always the cornerstone of that era, but there were other sites that people were on back then. It wasn't just MySpace. Of course, Black Planet, but Black Planet was for black people. And there were other sites though. There were other sites. Some of them I don't remember, but there were a few other sites that people were on back then. And then of course, years later, Facebook comes along. And then, years later, Instagram comes along and all these different other sites. But yeah, MySpace was the cornerstone. MySpace was the beginning. The beginning. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel sorry for a lot of these younger men. A lot of these younger men, they're never going to know what it's like to deal with a woman that never had social media. They're never going to know. Because right now, young men, they're dealing with girls. A lot of the girls that they're dealing with and they're around, let's say in high school, the girls that they're talking to and dealing with, they're really like sixes. Some of them are fives, fours. The fact that they have Instagram, the fact that they have Facebook, they feel that they're like eights or nines because they got 100 niggas in their DMs. They got 100 niggas liking their pictures. So even though this girl is really a 5, this girl is really a 4. On a 1 to 10 scale, the girl you're around, she's really a 5 or 4. But the fact that she got 100 niggas liking her pictures, 100 niggas in her DMs, she feels like an 8. The young men in this era, they're not going to know what it's like to deal with a girl that doesn't have social media. They're never going to know what it's like to deal with a girl that doesn't have her head inflated, her head gassed up. A lot of women are gassed up. A lot of women their heads are inflated, And it's a sad era that we're growing up in, And a lot of girls, they're growing up fast, You got young girls that are in high school, junior high. They're on Instagram. Their pictures are being sexualized. That was never a thing when I was growing up. When MySpace come out, girls wasn't doing all this sexual poses and all that stuff like that. You see these young girls, they're on Instagram and they're doing all these sexy poses. You got little girls in high school posting lingerie pics and stuff like that. There's girls in high school with OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's sickening. Sickening. This Cabernet is hitting right now. FBA says, I may go deeper if your woman has an IG. You have been cheated on. Maybe not physically, but at least in them DMs. Absolutely. I spoke about that. FBA. Cheating is indicative of your partner. If your partner says you're cheating, you're cheating. You may feel you're not cheating. You may feel, I didn't have sex with this girl. I'm not cheating. I didn't get any head from this girl. I'm not cheating. Well, it's indicative of your partner. If you're cheating, your partner may feel you're spending too much time with this girl. In my eyes, you're cheating. Your partner may say, you're getting a little too fresh with this girl, this female friend of yours. You guys are cheating. It's indicative of your partner to say you're cheating. It's not indicative of you to say if you're cheating or not. If you have a girlfriend, let's say hypothetically you got a girl, you got a wife. And let's say you go on Instagram one day. You go on your girlfriend's Instagram one day and you go on her stories and you see a picture of your girlfriend and she's sitting on another man's lap. Let's say hypothetically the man is one of her coworkers. That could be considered cheating. You have crossed the line. You have stepped over the boundaries in this relationship. How dare you be in a relationship with me and you're sitting on some man's lap? What's wrong with you? that could be considered cheating. That could be considered cheating. So it's indicative of your partner to say if you're cheating or not. You know, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, cheating is in the eye of the partner. You know, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know, you're crossing those boundaries. You're crossing those lines. This Cabernet is pretty good, man. I'm having a couple more cups of this right here. I ain't gonna lie. Cabernet is pretty good. The Cabernet is pretty good. I may have to stay on here for a little longer, y'all, because Cabernet is kind of hitting right now. The Cabernet is hitting right now. I'm sipping on some Cabernet right now, y'all. Pulling up. We have a couple cups of this tonight. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, man. But I was hoping more people would just be honest tonight and say, yeah, you know, I've taken back my girl. My girl, she cheated, and I took her back because, you know, I loved her. You know, me personally, I've never taken a woman back after cheating on me. So I don't really understand that. I don't really know that world. I know for a fact I've been cheated on, but I had no knowledge of being cheated on. I did not know. It was not to my knowledge. But, you know, there's plenty of women that I could go back into my Rolodex and say, yeah, this girl, she cheated on me. She did me dirty. Absolutely. Not a question. Absolutely. Coco says, part of my job wines. LOL, I work in tourism and hospitality. Really? Really? Is Coco, is Greece a good place to go right now? I'm thinking about going to another country very soon. I have Brazil on my list. I want to go to Brazil. I don't really have the time right now for work right now. I don't have the PTO time. But is Greece a good place to go right now? Is Greece a good place to go? And where would you say is a good place to go? Would you say, like where would you say a good place to go in Greece? Is it Rome? Is it, is it I don't know. Athens. I don't know. Where would you say right now is a good place to go right now in Greece? And let me tell you the things that I want to see on a trip. When I go on vacation, these are the three things I want to see. I want to see women, I want to see the sights, and I want a vibrant nightlife. So those are the three things that I'm interested in when I travel. I want to see women, I want to see the sights, and I want a good nightlife. You know, I want to be able to, after I go out, you know, I see the sights, I go to the famous places that I want to see, and then I go back to the hotel, I get a little bit of rest and relaxation, and I take a nice little shower. I get up after, and there's a vibrant nightlife that I can go out to. Where would you say are good places to go for that? Coco says, I would say if you like cities near the sea, you can go to Athens. If you like islands, you can go to Aegea Islands. Okay. Coco says, women and all to Mykonos Island. Okay, Mykonos Island. I have to look that up. Mykonos Island. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Mykonos Island. Yeah, because I'm thinking about making a trip very soon. Maybe it'll be Greece. You know, maybe it'll be Greece. You know, I got Brazil on my list. I've never been to Greece. I was also thinking about going to Bolivia. There's a nice young lady that I want to link up with out in Bolivia. But Mykonos Island. I'm gonna look into that. Mykonos Island. He says, the crazy island. Why is it a crazy island? Let me know. Why is it a crazy island? Mykonos Island. Why is it a crazy island? Why is it a crazy island? Is it like some Jeffrey Epstein stuff going on over there? Like, let me know now before I look it up. Coco says, in Mykonos Island, you will be king. Why are you saying that? Let me look this up. Let me look this up. Mykonos Island. Let me look this up. Mykonos Island. Why are you saying I would be king in Mykonos Island? Mykonos Island. Okay, it looks nice. Looks nice. Mykonos Island. Let me see. Mykonos Island is like Ibiza. Okay, women, drugs, and weed. Okay. Okay. So it's like Ibiza. Okay, Ibiza. Got you. All right, I'm gonna look into it. Women, drugs, and weed. Really? I'm gonna look into it. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I've only been to 4 countries, so I'm trying to go to a couple more countries very soon. Yeah, Mykonos Island. I'm gonna look into it, man. Yeah, I gotta make a couple more trips. Definitely this year, I gotta make a couple more trips. Definitely gotta do that. Yeah, man. But it's real, you know. Would y'all date? Would y'all take a woman back if she cheated, man? I want to know tonight. Keep it a buck. You know, ain't nothing wrong with, you know, if you got love in your heart for a woman and you take her back, you know. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong taking a woman back, you know. Ain't nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong. Taking a bitch back at the cheats. I don't see nothing wrong. Girl, I know you cheated, and I know you did me wrong, girl. But baby, bring your body right here. Girl, you did me foul. Girl, you did. I'm doing a I'm doing a bump and grind remix of a woman cheating. So that's what if you want to know what I'm singing here. Yeah, I'm doing a rendition of bump and grind. Yeah, man. But yeah, I just want to get a tally on that. Would you take a woman back if she cheated? What else do I want to talk about? You know, what else? Because I'm sipping on Cabernet. I don't necessarily want to get off. I'm still chilling. Yeah, man, it's getting real though. Shannon Sharp, man. Shannon Sharp, he's dealing with some shit right now, man. Shannon Sharp, he didn't step into some shit right here, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shit is getting another woman has come forward on Shannon Sharp. Another woman. I saw another woman has come forward on Shannon Sharp, man. It's not looking good. I don't know what's going on with homie. Coco says only place in Greece that even police is forbidden. Really? They're forbidden, and I don't know if I want to go now. I want to go where police are welcomed. He says rich people made that island with hotels and all. Oh, okay. So it's like a rich investment out there. Yeah, I wanna go where the police feel welcomed. You know, I value the police. I value the police. We need the police in the environment wherever I'm at. I want the police on scene. That's a fact. I want the police on the scene. Yeah, man. But that's real, man. I'm gonna play a song. Let me know if y'all feeling this song. I'm about to drop this song. Let me know if y'all feeling this song. I played it earlier, but I may be dropping this song next week. Let me know if y'all feeling this song. I'm gonna sip a little bit more Cabernet, and I'm just gonna shoot the shit. But let me know if y'all feeling this song. This is called "I Got Ya." Excuse me, I've been sipping a little bit. This is called Got It All. Let me know if y'all feeling this song. It's called Got It All. You know, I'm just chilling tonight. You know, just talking about whatever, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about, we could talk about. But let me know if y'all feeling this song. Let me know if y'all feeling this one right here. This is called Got It All.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. We outside recording. There's a lot of beautiful ladies outside tonight. You right there. Yeah, I see you with them stilettos on. You got on my favorite color on them toes.
Let me know if y'all feeling this joint. Let me know if you're feeling this.
Got it all. Cause your body is fine and you're blowing my mind.
This type of song you suck a girl's toes to.
Shorty trying to make you mine.
You're trying to make her yours. This type of song, you know, you gotta forgive a bitch. When this come on, you gotta forgive a bitch. You can't be hating on the bitch.
Baby girl, you're looking good.
You gotta tell her she's looking good.
Baby girl, you got it all.
You got it all, bitch.
Baby girl, you got it all.
You got it all, bitch. You really do.
Baby girl, roll with me. Know you tipsy off of 2 cups of Hennessy. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, I'm getting right with you.
I'm getting right with you, bitch.
Come and spend the night with you.
I'm gonna spend the night with you, bitch.
Oh, girl, got it all. Cause your body is fine and you're blowing my mind. Got it all. Shorty trying to make you mine. Got it all from the waist side. Know you're riding well, the OT and stateside. Baby girl, you got it all. Baby girl, you got it all. Yeah, girl.
Yeah, y'all rock with that? Coco says, nice song. Coco says, thank you. Yeah, man, you know, that's the type of joint, you know, you play for a joint you like, you know. You know, if a girl cheat on you, and she put something sexy on and play that song, cut it out. Y'all know y'all putting the baby in her. Come on, bro. If a girl cheat on you and she says, I'm sorry, can I make it up to you? I'm gonna put something sexy on, and let's say she put some lingerie on and she play that song. You know good and well you're getting her pregnant. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck, man. Let's keep it a buck, you know? If a girl cheats on you and she apologizes, she put something sexy on, and she put that song on, you're going to impregnate her, man. It's all good, man. You know, it's love. Love is love, you know? Forgiveness and love. Forgiveness and love. You know? Love is forgiveness. Forgiveness is love. Yeah, man. That's a fact. Yeah, man, but what do y'all want to get into? What else y'all want to get into, man? What else do y'all get into? Coco says yes. Yeah, man, that's a fact. That is a fact. I had another poll that I wanted to do. How about this? Because there was another poll that I wanted to do today. Because I'm sipping. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm sipping. Let me do another poll. Let me end this poll and do another one. Because I had this on my mind today. What type of women do you gravitate to? And this I just want to know. What type of I want to know you guys' opinion. What type of women do you gravitate to? I'm curious. What type of women do y'all gravitate to? Hopefully I could put extra. Can I? Good girls. Oh, I can't put extra. Damn, I can't put extra shit on here. Oh, I could. Okay. Good girls, bad girls. I was really gonna put. Hold on. Um, what type of girls do y'all gravitate to? Let me know what type of girls y'all gravitate to. Do you gravitate to good girls? Do you gravitate to girls with a little sass, little pizzazz to them? Do you gravitate to girls that are unpredictable? What type of women do it for you? What type of women do it for you? I'm curious. Let me know, women. Let me know, everybody in here. Let me know. What type of women do it for you? Or do you like the good girls? Do you like the bad girls? Do you like the unpredictable women? What type of women do it for you? You know, a lot of men love the good girls. A lot of men, they want the girl that nobody smashed, nobody slid into, nobody violated. She doesn't have a past. A lot of men, they like the bad girls. They want the little ratchet joints. They like that. They like the little sass. They like the little ratchetness. They like that. And then some people like the girls that are unpredictable. That are just, live wires and that are just really unpredictable. Do you like a little bit of unpredictability from your women? What type of women do it for you? Coco says sometimes bad, sometimes really, really bad girls. So you like bad girls. You like women that are bad to you. Does that tell you something about yourself? Does that tell you something about yourself? You gotta ask that. You gotta ask yourself that. Abe says, I will absolutely not take a woman back who cheated. Why not? Why not, Abe? Why would you not take a woman back that cheated on you? I have to ask this question, Abe, and I asked people this earlier. If you're not willing to take a woman back that you love, did you ever really love her? If you're not willing to take a woman back after she cheated, did you ever really love her? Did you ever really care? You know? There's plenty of women who take men back after they cheated, after they felt hurt from a man. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of those women did it because they really loved that man. They cared about that man. They had forgiveness in their heart for that man, and they understood. You made a mistake, and I can forgive you. Now, if we flip it and we say a woman did that, you don't have the forgiveness in your heart. You don't have it in your heart to forgive a woman that you love, that you care about, that made a mistake. Did you ever really love her? Did you ever really care? Did you ever really love her? Did you ever really care? We have to ask that. Coco says, well, I am single now, so I like to live the American dream with bad girls. Oh, man. Well, listen, man, if you like bad girls, that should tell you something about yourself. If you like the bad girls, then, you know, you know, why don't you want a good girl? Why don't you want a girl that's a down home girl, a real traditional, loving, hospitable? Why are you attracted to the bad girls? Is it an illness? Is it something that you're dealing with? What's attracting you to the bad side? Let's address that. Abe says, I can never forgive a woman who let another man conquer her. To each his own. Well, Abe, I understand what you're saying. I understand full and well what you're saying. But Abe, let's put it like this. Right? Have you ever cheated? I'm asking you personally, Abe, have you ever cheated? Have you ever cheated on a woman? I'm asking you, Abe, have you ever cheated on a woman? Have you ever had a girlfriend, had a wife, you two were in a relationship and you cheated? Have you ever cheated? Let's really address it. Have you ever cheated? Because a woman could flip it on you. A woman could say, well, yeah, you stuck your tool in another woman and you conquered another woman. I'm the only woman you should be conquering. I'm the only woman that you should be committed to. I'm the only woman that you have taken a vow with. Our energies and our souls are linked. And you took your piece and you put it into another woman. You have violated the sanctity of our bed. A lot of women forgive men for that. But you can't forgive a woman for making a mistake, making a bad judgment. Have you ever been cheated on? I mean, have you ever cheated, Abe? Have you ever cheated? I want to know. Have you ever cheated? Have you ever cheated? Because if you cheated and you expected a woman to forgive you, I would say you're a hypocrite. I would say you're a hypocrite. You know? Coco says, I don't know why I try to find good women, but the first time she was drinking herself whole night. Hold on, let me read this. I don't know why I tried to find good women, but the first time she was drinking herself whole night, and I was like, OMG, another one time. One looked nice and all, and drank also. So that's why. Ha ha ha. Well, listen, good woman, a good woman, respectfully, is subjective. What exactly is a good woman? Because a good woman to me may be different for what a good woman is to you. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But in terms of, let's address the bad girls, because you said you like bad girls. What is it that is attracting you to the bad girls? What is attracting you to the girls that turn up, the girls that are ratchet, the girls that have a sketchy past sexually? What is attracting you to that type of energy? Let's address that. Let's address that. Let's address that. Let's address that. What is attracting you to that type of energy? Abe don't want to address my question. He just disappeared, And this has nothing, and in terms of like women cheating, that it has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could never take a woman back that cheated on me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm just here to give an objective perspective. I'm an objectivist. But me personally, I can't take a woman back that cheated on me. But the thing about me, the reason why how about this? I'll tell you why me personally, I can't take a woman back that cheated on me. Okay. I can't take a woman back that cheated on me because, first of all, I'm a very proudful man, right? I'm very prideful, right? Especially in my masculinity. I'm very prideful in my masculinity. That's for one. For two, I can't take a woman back that cheated on me because I'm very full of myself. If a woman has not deemed you, right, her everything, if you're in a relationship and her life is not revolving around you, where everything is about you in terms of that relationship, if everything is not revolving around you and about you, and she goes out of that relationship and sleep with another man, it's pretty much over for me. I couldn't take a woman back that cheated on me, personally. But I understand a man put in that predicament that had the strength to take a woman back. I understand that. But when it comes to me and what I like, what I want, what I look for, I could never do it. I don't think I have the energy, the strength to do that. But I can understand if a man did. That's where I was coming from. So this doesn't really pertain to me. I'm an objectivist. I like to be objective to a perspective. I like to look at different viewpoints, and have a discussion about it. But this is not about me. I can never take a woman back that cheated on me. But I am here to make you guys think. I'm here to make you guys think. Coco says, yes, my friends here, they are laughing in a hood very here because I am the naive with American women. Uh, um, uh, uh, Coco, you know American women, you know they're whores. American women are whores. They're slores. They're cheap. Uh, they don't value themselves. Um, they're very idiotic. A lot of them are not in shape. Some of them have never seen the inside of a gym. Um, you know, American women, man, you know, they're just very sloppy, if you ask me. They're very sloppy, they're very dumb. And I'm not saying all of them. Some of them are good. Some of them are antithetical to what I'm saying. But a lot of them, they represent that, you know. Yeah, you know. If it were up to me, I would rather date a woman that was not an Americanized woman. I would rather date a woman from another country. I'm saying that as a man living in America. I would rather date a woman from another country because when you are around different women from different countries, you realize that it's different in different places. You know, the value system, the morals, what they believe in, what they subscribe to, the code of ethics, their culture. It's different. It's different. So me personally, I would rather date a woman that is of another culture and of another society and of another country. So, you know, I'm not really too hot on Americanized women. You know, I'm not really too hot on them and too, you know, be honest with you. He says 100%. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes. Yeah, man. You know, yeah, absolutely. You know, yeah, man. It's very true. Very true. Oh, BX Mel is in the building. What's up, BX Mel? What's good, BX Mel? What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Yeah, man. What I'm asking the first question I'm asking people, would you take a woman back if she cheated on you? That's the first question. And the second question am I asking, what type of women are you into? Are you into the good girl? Are you into the bad girl? Are you into the unpredictable woman? What type of woman does it for you in particularly? You know, some people are saying good girls, some people are saying bad girls. Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to know, you know, what woman does it for y'all? What woman does it for y'all, you know? What woman do you gravitate to? That's what I'm asking tonight. What woman do you gravitate towards? Like me, I gravitate towards I like good girls. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie, you know, sometimes I get turned on by the bad girls. I get turned on by the bad girls. But if I'm sober and I'm rationally thinking, I want the good girl. I want the good girl. 99.9% of the time, I want the good girl. Now, if I'm drinking, I got something in my hand, I'm sipping, I'm feeling nice, I could settle for the bad girl. But 99.9% of the time, I want the good girl, you know? And don't get me wrong, the unpredictable girl, it turns me on from time to time, but I'm going to side with the good girl. I want the good girl. I want the hospitable girl with the good personality, down home, good personality, great person, great human being. That's the type of girl that does it for me, you know? Don't get me wrong, though. The bad girl, you're going to have fun. You're going to have some good sex. You're going to have good fun. You're gonna have a good time with the bad girl. You're gonna have a good time with the unpredictable girl, but you're not. But you know, you're probably gonna be bored with the good girl. But you're gonna be able to build things with the good girl. You're gonna be able to build with her. You're not gonna be able to build with those other two girls. I'll tell you that right now. A BXML says I like the employed women. Good one. 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 That's true though. That's important. That's important. That's important. That is important. BX Mel says, after Beyonce got married, the independent women movement died. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, the thing about with a lot of female celebrities, and I've noticed this, with a lot of female celebrities, they'll put out things for single women, like little movements for single women, and they would do totally antithetical to what that movement is. Think about it. Beyonce, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, everything you own in the box to the left, in the closet. You know, pretty much Beyonce telling women to get rid of that man, get rid of him, get rid of that man. Don't work things out. Don't work out that marriage. Don't work out that relationship. To the left, to the left. Kick that man out the house. Kick that man out that relationship. Beyonce's been married for the last 20 years. Again, Beyonce. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Put it, if he like it, then he should have put a ring on it. If he like it, then he should have put a ring on it. Beyonce's been married for 20 years. She's doing all of this for single women when she's not a single woman. She's not a single woman. She doesn't live a single life. Why isn't she telling those single women, find a good husband, find a good man? Why is she saying that? She's telling these women to leave that man. If he don't give you a ring, he ain't shit. That's been her whole message. That has been her whole message. And I've seen Rihanna do that. I've seen Beyonce do that. I've seen all these female celebrities say one thing, but do something completely different from what the message is in their music. So yeah, you know, a lot of these female celebrities, they're full of shit. Yeah. BX Bell ain't lying. BX Bell says she lied. She led y'all down that path and turned on y'all. That's a fact. That's a fact. He says, look at Lizzo leaving the fat girls behind. Exactly. Exactly. Lizzo said, hey, girl, I'm getting in the gym, girl. I'm getting in the gym, girl. I'm trying to get me a new man, girl. I'm gonna get me in the gym, girl. I'm trying to lose this weight. You know? All of these women, you got to remember, women are the most hypocritical creatures on the planet, bro. Women are the most hypocritical creatures on the planet, man. They don't stand on anything. They don't stand for nothing. They're the most, you know, complex creatures on the planet, bro. They don't stand for nothing. They don't believe in anything. That's why they fall for everything. You know? Lizzo got a whole campaign. Yeah, girl. Body empowerment, you know? No more body shaming. Body positivity. But you're slimming down. You're in the gym. You're no longer, you know, having that unhealthy lifestyle. Monique is guilty of it too. Monique has slimmed down. Monique used to be a big, you know, a big booger bear bitch. A 300-pounder, quarter-pounder, ring dings underneath the bed pillow. She has since moved on from that. She said, you know what? I'm gonna eat a little bit, you know, less. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna control my portions. These women don't stick to nothing, you know, that they say. You know, they say one thing, then they do another. That's what these women do. It's a fact. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. All that went out the window. You know? Y'all don't care about this good girl, bad girl stuff. Y'all don't care about it. Y'all don't care about it. When a woman's fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it. Hold on. BX Mel says, hold on. You said something about Precious. Hold on. They saw Precious get a husband and kids and got jealous. Yeah, I saw Precious. She got herself a white man. I did see that. Good for her, man. Good for her. Good for her, man. Good for her. I'm not even mad at her. I can't even clown her for that. You know, she got herself a man. Good for her, man. Got herself a man, got herself a kid. Good for her, man. Yeah, but like you said though, that's not the average life for a big bitch. That's not the average life, you know? It's not the average life, you know? It's not the average life for a big girl. Lizzo should have just told women the truth. Like, women, if you want to get yourself a good man, go get in the gym, you know? Cook a good meal, you know? Suck some good D and learn how to shut up. That's all she had to tell. That's all these women got to tell. All these female celebrities, all they got to do is tell women the truth. Tell the woman. And that's another thing. I said this before. Because, you know, there's women on the internet. There's women on the internet that say, oh, men are so difficult. Men are so difficult. Men are so complex. And men are so hard to figure out. Men are so easy. Men are the most simple creatures on the planet. Men really don't want that much. It's women that require all this maintenance. They require you to cater to their emotionalism. They require you to cater to their self-esteem. They require you to cater. You know, women are very high maintenance in a lot of areas. Emotionalism, the way they feel, the way they go, what they're going through. Women are very high maintenance. Men are not complex creatures at all. All a man wants from a woman, all a man desires from a woman, is a woman to give him good sex, cook him a meal, shut up when he's talking, and be loyal. That's really it. If a woman could give a man good sex, cook him a meal, shut up when he's talking, right? And be loyal, that's all a woman needs to do. If you're a 6, if you're a 5, if you're a 4, and you can do those 4 things, you can get yourself a good man. I guarantee you, women, if you could do those 4 things, you could get yourself a good man. I promise you. If you can give a man good sex, cook him a meal, shut up when he's talking, and be loyal, that's all a man needs. He don't need all of it. A man don't need all this high maintenance, high requirements. He don't care about your how much you make a year, and if you come from a 2-parent home, and what's your astrological sign. Men don't care about that. Can you suck some good D? Are you loyal? Can you cook a meal? Can you shut up when he's talking? Can you hold it down? Are you gonna be loyal? That's all a nigga care about. He don't care about all this other nonsense. That's y'all women. Niggas don't require all of that, you know? So, you know, to these women saying that men are so hard to figure out, they're so complex. I don't know. Y'all must be talking to some like bisexual men or some gay men. Y'all must be looking at the wrong men. Like regular men, that's all they require. That's all they require. They don't require all of this stuff. Y'all women require all of that, you know? BX Mel says, then we have the Vivicas and the Tracy Ellis Ross of the world. Well, listen, you know, I don't even want to hate on those women, because both of those women, respectfully, they've hit the wall. And, you know, I think that they're fully aware that they hit the wall. And, you know, the funny thing about those 2 women, BX Mel, and I hate to make this a red pill show, but we're turning into a red pill show. But the thing about those women is that they both hit the wall. Both of those women were beautiful women in their heyday. Tracy Ellis Ross and Vivica Fox could have gotten a good quality man. I'm talking about a man that's a millionaire, a man that's high value, a man that treated her right, that was loyal. Both of those women could have gotten that. You know what it was, though? Their ego, their pride. And both of those women, I guarantee you, both of those women shunned good men. Both of those women shunned good men. And now they're older and they're regretting it. They're regretting it. Vivica Fox is regretting, the way she treated 50 Cent. Tracy Ellis Ross is regretting all of the men that she's dated back in her day when she was young and vibrant. She's regretting. She feels like probably, some of those men that she dated, she probably she could have took it a little, she could have took those relationships a little more seriously. So that's my opinion. Respect to those women. I'm just keeping it real. That's just how I see it. I know they would feel differently. But women, some women, they make a lot of bad choices in their youth. I think women should do opposite of what they normally do. When women are in their prime years, they give their prime years to some of the worst men on the planet. I think women should give their prime years to good men. Give your prime years to good men. But, women do the opposite. They give their prime years to some of the most worst men on the planet. And then you're blaming men. Like men are the problem. No, you were the problem. You were the problem. Men were not the problem. I'm getting a little tipsy off this Cabernet right now. Pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. This Cabernet is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I may have to finish this bottle. I didn't think I was gonna finish the bottle, but man, it's really good. Like, it's really good. I ain't gonna hold you. This Cabernet is really good. I didn't think I was gonna finish the bottle, but I ain't gonna lie. Probably like a couple more cups. I'm off the Cabernet right now. Yeah, man. BX Mel says, I don't know. They both look weird to me. Okay, BX Mel. You seen the movie Kill Bill, right? You seen the movie Kill Bill? Vivica Fox was a baddie back in the day. Watch the movie Kill Bill. That's when she was either in her late 20s or early 30s in that movie. Vivica Fox was a beautiful woman in her heyday. I'm not gonna lie to you. In her heyday, she was a beautiful woman. Tracy Ellis Ross. She was a beautiful woman in her heyday as well. Go back to the first season of Girlfriends. She was a beautiful woman. These were beautiful women in their heydays, And if you're saying how they look now, I agree with you. If you say that they look weird now, I agree. They look weird now. I agree. But if you go back to Vivica Fox and Kill Bill, beautiful woman. Go back to Tracy Ellis Ross, first season of Girlfriends. She was a beautiful woman. Both of them were beautiful women. FBA says, just got some beer. How long you going to be on? I'm just shooting the shit. I don't plan on getting off, not yet. I'm shooting the shit. I got some Cabernet in my hand. I'm sipping. I got some more here. I may finish the bottle tonight. I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush to get off here. If I get off here, I'm probably gonna either go to bed or play some 2K and go to bed. So I'm in no rush to get off here. I'm chilling. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? How about this? Let me throw this in here. Yo, what do you guys want to talk about? I have one more poll I want to put in here. This is my last poll, probably. What type of girls do y'all like? I know I asked y'all the personality types. What type of race of girls do you like? Let me know what type of race of girls do y'all like? Huh? Do y'all like black? Do y'all like them white? Let me know if y'all like dipping in the snow. Latina, Asian. Let me see. Yeah, what type of women do y'all like? Do y'all like black women? Do y'all like Asian, Latinas? What type of women do y'all like? What race of women do y'all like? Before I say anything, before I go into anything, I love black and Latina women. I will always have love in my heart for black and Latina women. The reason for that, let me tell you the reason for that. I grew up in a predominantly black and Latino community. I didn't have a black friend until middle school. I didn't have a black friend until middle school, right? So my community was mostly Latino. Um, so I've been around Latinos my whole life. And, black women and Latinas are the girls that always gravitated towards me. Black and Hispanic women always gravitated towards me. So those are the women that I like because they've always gravitated towards me. I didn't have a lot of white girls that liked me, gravitated towards me. So I never really grew up liking them. Do I think that there's some beautiful white women? Absolutely. I think, there's some beautiful white women out there. Absolutely. But they weren't in my community. They didn't gravitate towards me like that, and I wasn't really into them or checking for them like that. Black and Latina women, I have all of my first experiences with them, my first sexual experiences, my first kisses, my first everything with women, my first relationships, all come from black and Latina women. So I will always have a lot of love and respect for Latina and black women. So those are the women that I gravitate, and it's equal. I don't feel more, and I consider a lot of Latina women black because you have a lot of black ancestry, and a lot of those Latin countries like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Brazil, a lot of Hispanic countries. You have a lot of black ancestry, so I consider a lot of Latino people black anyway. But those are the women and those are the women that I gravitate towards black and Hispanic women. So let me know what type of women y'all gravitate towards, right? BX Mel says, I like black and Latina, especially Latinas. They know how to treat a man. 100%. Yeah, listen, a Latina woman, yeah, they definitely know how to treat a man. I think it's a cultural difference. Because there's emphasis on how to treat men in their culture. So yeah, I agree with that. Coco says it doesn't matter to me. Come on. If you had to pick, Coco, let me know. If you had to pick. Let's say you took one of those penis pills. Let's say you took a Viagra. Let's say you took a Viagra and you was gone off a Perk 30, and you washed it down with a Jack and Coke, and there were 4 girls in front of you: 1 black, 1 Hispanic, 1 white, and 1 Asian, and they all wanted your dick. Which one would you go with? And don't give me no Benetton. Don't give me no Benetton ad answer. Give me the honest answer. Don't give me no Benetton answer. Don't give me we are the world. We are the children. Just be honest. I want the white girl. I want the Asian. I want the Latino. I want the black. Just be honest. Come on, bro. You know what you want. You know which one you want. Yeah, come on, bro. Keep it a buck. BX Mel says, I've had a Latina woman iron my boxes, bro. It was elite. Yeah, man. Listen, man. Latinas, they really know how to treat a man. But let me tell you something, BX Mel. Let me tell you something about Latina women and black women. If there is a woman whose cooking is going to kill you, it's going to be a black woman's cooking or a Latina's woman cooking. I'll tell you that right off the bat. A white woman isn't going to kill you with her cooking unless it's intentional. You know, unless you put some poison in your food or some ridiculous stuff in your food. A black woman's cooking and a Latina's woman's cooking, they trying to kill you. They putting a bunch of salt in your food, a bunch of seasoning, butter. Black and Latina women, they're gonna kill you with the cooking. I'll tell you that right now. A white woman isn't gonna kill you with the cooking unless it's intentional. Unless you put some butter, unless you put some, some poison in your food or something like that, trying to kill you. But a black woman and a Latina woman, they're gonna kill you with their cooking, bro. They're a little too heavy-handed with the seasoning, heavy-handed with the salt. They know good and damn well you ain't supposed to be eating like that, but they cooking you ridiculous food. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. BX Mel, no. BX Mel, no. BX Mel says, nah, that's not true. That's Southern black women. These up north blacks don't even cook. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, man. There's a lot of women in New York that can cook. Why are you lying for? Come on, BX Mel. See, now you got me wondering how many black women you've dated, BX Mel. How many black women have you dated in New York? Keep it a buck. How many black women have you dated in New York? Black women know how to cook. Up north, they know how to cook. And you got to remember, there's different types of black women in New York. You got foundational Black American black women. You got Caribbean black women. You have Latinx black women that are Dominican, Puerto Rican, that subscribe, they're more on the black side. So there's different types of black women. So if you're telling me that Caribbean women don't know how to cook, I use a damn liar. Caribbean women know how to cook. They definitely know how to cook. They have to cook. Foundational Black American women, depending on their upbringing, some of them know how to cook, some of them don't. Up north, Latinx women, they have to cook. Caribbean women and Latinx women, they have to cook. Foundational Black American women, I would say it's a mixed bag, but a lot of them know how to cook as well. A lot of them know how to cook. BX Mel says most women want to get taken out to eat. They ain't making a man no meal off the rip. That is true. I agree. Up north, I agree. Up north, I agree. Up north, I would agree with that. But it depends on the girl, because we can't generalize all women. All women are not like that. All women up north are not like that. Because some women, they would cook for you. It depends on the woman up north. FBA says a lot of them cook soul food. That shit kill you. That's a fact. It's a fact. Kadon says, interesting conversation. Salute to Kadon. Yeah, we're talking about women. We're talking about different things. We're just talking, shooting this shit up here. We're just having a conversation. Let me know, just let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. BX Mel says, Latin food is very unhealthy. Can't front. A lot of baked dishes. Yes, not only is Latin food very bad for you, they use a lot of butter. Not only do they use a lot of butter, BX Mel, what do they use a lot of? They use a lot of pork. I don't know a Latin household that does not have pork in it. They love the pork. They love it. They love the fucking pork all the fucking time with the pork. The pork for breakfast, pork for lunch, pork for dinner, pork for snacks. Latin households, they love the pork. They love it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh my goodness. They cannot put down the pork. I don't know who love pork more between Asians and Latino. I don't know who loves pork more. It's between Hispanics and Asians, if you ask me. Hispanics and Asians. I don't know who loves pork more. Yeah, Lorry seasoning, that's a fact. Yeah. Adobo. Come on. Conquito. You ever had a Conquito, BX Mel? You know? She know good and well you can't be drinking no dairy products with alcohol in it. She giving you a Conquito. Bunch of adobo. Yeah, man. Listen, man. Hispanic women, they cooking will get you out of here. They cooking will get you out of here, man. You got to be careful with those Latin women. You got to be careful with them, man. Got to be careful with them. But they are good women. They are, you know, I got a lot of respect for Hispanic women. I have a lot of respect for Latin women, man. Really good women. Yeah, man. But what about white women? Is anybody here dipping in the snow? Anybody got love for the snow? Let me know. Let me know if anybody is dipping in the snow. Anybody has anyone in here dipped in the snow before? Salute to Girther Me. Salute to Girther Me. What is that? Is that a Brazilian flag? Is Girther? Is that a Brazilian flag? Let me see. Hold on. Is that a Brazilian flag? I think that's a Brazil flag, right? Salute to Brazil. I'm thinking about going to Brazil, so salute to that. Coco says, I'm so glad to enter your live. Have a good night. Salute to Coco. Thank you, man. Salute to you, bro. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, bro. Salute to you. Is that a Brazilian flag? I think that's a Brazil flag. Yeah, salute to Brazil. A lot of love for Brazil. A lot of love. A lot of people don't know how many black people. A lot of black people live in Brazil, man. You know? BX Mel says, I've had good times with white women. Just never brought one home to mama. You've never. Have you ever slept with a white woman, BX Mel? Have you ever slept with a white woman? Yeah, salute. Big love to Brazil. Big love, man. I'm definitely trying to go out there soon, you know. Definitely. A lot of people don't know. Brazil is the second biggest continent with the most black people. A lot of people don't know that. It's Africa, then it's Brazil. A lot of people don't know that. I definitely want to go soon. FBA says, never been attracted to white women. Although some are pretty, I think I relate to black women more. I agree. I'm attracted to white women too, but you know, I relate more to black women. You know, a lot of white women have never really gravitated towards me, so I've never really gravitated towards them. I agree with you, BX, man. I agree. Half of the UFC lives in Brazil. Really? I know Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is from Brazil, right? Amanda Nunes. I think she's from Brazil. Yeah, there's a couple of them from out there. BX Mel says, yes, I've had a good time. Wink, wink. Just no serious situation with one. Yeah, you know, I've never smashed a white woman. I've never smashed one. You know, I've never smashed one. There was this one white girl at my job. She was kind of into me, but she was like kind of on the big side, and I'm not into that stereotype of black men with big white girls. So I chose not to deal with her because, you know, I've seen it before. I've seen black men with the big white girls, and I looked at these niggas like, these niggas is bugging. Because I got to be honest, every time I see a white man with a black woman, she's at least an 8, 9, or 10. I've never seen a white man with a 3, a 2, a 1. I've seen white men, when they got a black girl on their arm, it's a 8, 9, or 10. I've seen brothers, they be having some big fat white woman, and I didn't want to play into that stereotype, so I chose not to deal with her. And I've seen black men with some beautiful white girls as well. I've seen it in high school. I've seen it in the city. It does exist. But I've seen a lot of black men with fat white girls. I've seen that. And I know the stereotype, and I didn't want to play into it, so I chose not to deal with it. BX Mel says, facts, bro. I would only date a fine white woman. No mediocre. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. That is an absolute fact. Yeah, she gotta at least be a 7 or 8. That's the lowest I'm going. I can't mess with no white girl. She's like a 5. She's a 4. Like, I can't do it. She got to be at least a 7 or 8, man. At 7 or 8, I'm wasting time. I'm just keeping it real, man. I didn't want to play into that stereotype, cause I remember like seeing black dudes with fat white girls, and I was just like, yo, these niggas is nasty. These niggas like that niggas couldn't find. I remember I never forget this. I never forget this. I was in the city, right? I was at Penn Station in the city, right? In New York City. It's at Penn Station. It's crazy things you'll never forget. Certain things you just never forget. I was at Penn Station, New York City, and I seen this black dude hugged up with this 300-pound white girl. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, dog, you couldn't find a 300-pound black woman? There's plenty of 300-pound black women that you could have cuffed up, bro. I seen a black dude with a 300-pound white woman, and I was just like, bro, there's like thousands of 300-pound black women that would have more than kindly obliged you. They would have more than kindly been in a relationship with you. You hugged up on a 300-pound white woman? I ain't gonna lie, man. I was just like, yo, this shit is bad. This shit is sick, bro. Niggas is wildin'. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yo, this nigga's wildin'. Nigga hugged up on a 300-pound white woman. This nigga, part of the game is that. It's a fact. It's a fact. So I never forget that. I saw a nigga hugged up on a 300-pound white woman. And I was just like, oh, nah, this nigga wildin'. Because there's plenty of fat black women out there. There's plenty of fat black women. BX Mel says, white women will accommodate brothers. I've seen it. Yeah. Listen, there's some beautiful white women. There are some beautiful white women. Let's not front on the milk. Let's not front on the milk. There's some beautiful white women. Margaret Robbie, bad. That's a 10-piece right there. Angelina Jolie, that's a 10-piece right there. Who else is a 10-piece? There's a couple 10-pieces out there. What's that redheaded white girl? I think her name is she was in Superbad, the redheaded girl in Superbad. Emma, I think her name is Emma. Emma Watson. I think she's beautiful. Emma Watson, I think she's a 10-piece. That's a beautiful white woman. That's a 10-piece right there. That's a beautiful white woman. There's a couple of them out there. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. Anna Hathaway. That's a premium white woman. A lot of black men don't know what a premium white woman is. All right, let me break it down. Now I gotta break it down, right? Let me tell you what a premium white woman is. Because don't get me wrong, there are white women that are beautiful and they're like 10 pieces, right? But they've been nigrified. Let me break it down. There's white women that have been ghettofied, meaning, you know, they listen to rap music all day. They probably use the N-word. They've been ghettofied. They've been nigrified. So they're not really a genuine white girl. They're not really cultured in being white. Anne Hathaway, that's a cultured white woman right there. That's a 10-piece white woman. That's premium milk right there. You get a white girl, she was in suburbia, you know, beautiful white girl. She talks white, you know, she acts white, she is white. That's a premium white woman right there. A lot of y'all niggas, y'all chasing these nigrified, ghettofied white girls. I want a premium white girl. I don't want a white girl. If I'm gonna date a white girl, I don't want a white girl that uses the N-word. I don't want a white girl that listens to rap music. I don't want a white girl that knows the new Future, that knows the new Drake. I want a premium white girl that listens to Fall Out Boy, has good credit. Her father is a stockbroker. She grew up in suburbia. She grew up, she went to private school. I want a premium white girl. I don't want no nigrified, ghettofied white girl. I'm gonna come clean. Yeah, that's a premium. That's a fact. That's a premium white girl. Yeah. Y'all niggas be chasing these nigrified, ghettofied white girls. I don't want no white girl that uses the N-word. I don't want the white girl that knows the new Future. I don't want the white girl that heard the new Drake, that heard the new Chris Brown. I don't want it. I don't want that. If I'm gonna date a white girl, I want the real thing. I want the real thing. I don't want no ghettofied white girl. I want the real thing. You know? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, her father gotta work for Microsoft. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, a lot of y'all be chasing these ghettofied white girls. I don't want the ghettofied white girls. I'm good. I don't want that. If you're gonna date a white girl that acts like she's black, you might as well just date a black woman. Date a black woman, especially if you black. Maybe if you a white man and you like rap music and maybe you want to date a girl with a little bit of sauce to her, I understand you want to date the ghettofied white girl. But if you a black dude and you chasing after the ghettofied white girls, nigga, go get yourself a black woman. What's wrong with you? Why you dating the ghettofied white? Why you dating the synthetic black woman? Yeah, niggas be hustling backwards, man. If you're gonna date a white girl, date the real thing, bro. Date the real thing. Date the authentic thing. Yeah, man, you gotta date the authentic thing, not the synthetic. You know. A salute to Street Scope. He says them Dylons want some seasoning. That's a fact, you know. Yeah, I understand. If you're a white man and let's say you like rap music, you like, you know, hip hop, you like black culture, you know, and you want to date a white girl with some sauce that like, you know, hip hop music, I understand. But if you're a black man and you're dating a white girl that says nigga and loves rap music, I mean, you might as well date yourself a black woman. Go date a black woman. Why are you dating a ghettofied white woman? I don't understand. You're hustling backwards. You get yourself a black woman. I mean, it's essentially the same thing. BX Mel says, Snow Kings don't want them wiggers. I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of white men, they've given up on white women. They giving up. They want Asians and Latinas. White men, white men have given up on white women. They're tired of them. They tired of them sleeping with black men. They tired of them, you know, wanting equal rights as themselves. White men have given up on white women. They giving up. All they want is Asian women and Latina women. That's all they want. They not even looking for white women no more. They tired of white women. White men are tired of white men are tired of white women. They tired of them. Well, I'm gonna go to China, get me a Chinese bitch. I'm tired of these white women. We give it a buck. Cocoa butter don't smell the same off them dames. Oh man, can you imagine a white girl putting on cocoa butter? Oh my goodness. Cocoa butter is for black people, man. It feels right on the skin. It radiates off the skin. Yeah, cocoa butter is only for black people, man. I've never heard a white person buy cocoa butter. I've never heard them buy it. You know, mostly they buy like certain lotions and stuff like that, calamine lotions and stuff like that, sunscreen. Yeah, man. Yeah, white men, they do not want white women. They want Asians and Latinas. And all men, I ain't gonna hold you. All men want Latina women. I ain't gonna lie. Black men want Latinas. White men want Latinas. We all want Latinas. So, but yeah, white men, they just want Asians and Latinas. They don't want white women no more. That's like at the bottom of the totem pole for them. Mei Ling and Su Young and Malcolm in the Middle. That's a fact. BX Mel says they going to the Philippines for May's wife. That's a fact. A lot of white men, they're going out there, and they're also going out to Japan. They're going out to Japan, and it was a lot of white men out in Thailand too. A lot of them is out there too. So yeah, they definitely out in Asia trying to get them one, man. And listen, man, Asian women are really good women, man. They're really good women. I like Asian women. They're really good women, man. They're really good women. I like Asian women. They're really sweet. They're really hospitable. They could turn up on you. Now they could turn up on you. They could definitely turn up on you. And when they turn up on you, it could be vicious. It could be vicious. When Asian women turn up on you, it could be vicious. When Asian women turn up on you, it could be vicious. But Asian women, they're really good women, man. I like Asian women. I really do. I have a lot of respect and love for Asian women. BX Mel says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yeah, man. And they hit you with that Chung Lee, man. Out in Bali where Russell's messing with underage. Nah. We not rocking with Russell in the Bali. That nigga Russell. BX Mel, did you ever see that video where he's getting balanced on his, like he's up in the air and some Asian guy is like balancing him on his feet? Have you ever seen that video? That video was crazy. Like Russell's in the air and some Asian dude is like balancing him on his feet. That's a crazy video, bro. It's a crazy video. I wouldn't be surprised though if Russell was into that though. If he was like, out there doing some type of weirdo type stuff out there. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Russell be doing mook exercises over there. You think Russell is a mo? You think he's a fish? Do you think Russell's a fish? He never struck me as that. I definitely think Russell is a PDF. I think he like underage women. He like underage girls. He doesn't strike me as like a fish. He doesn't strike me as like a mo. Like P. Diddy P Diddy is definitely into like some mook activity. Definitely. P Diddy, he likes to look at men have sex. He likes to have sex with men. I definitely think P Diddy is bisexual. Russell, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Russell's into that. I don't think Russell's into that. I think Russell is like on some PDF type vibes because he had the whole thing with Kimora. I think he like married Kimora when she was like 16 or something like that. Yeah, I think Russell's more like a Mo. I mean, I think Russell's more like a PDF. Um, Diddy's more like a Mook. Yeah, I would say Diddy's more like a Mook. I'm just keeping it real though. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, I don't think Russell's on that type of vibes though. I don't think so. I don't think so. He doesn't strike me as that. He doesn't strike me as like that. You got to think Russell came up in the 80s. Russell came up in the 80s. If he was a mook, it would have came out a long time ago. If a dude would have came out talking about, Russell tried to penetrate me or suck me off or something like, it would have came out a long time ago if Russ was on that. All we know Russ for doing is doing a lot of coke and trying to, have sex with, with a lot of women under their. All we know Russell for is doing a lot of coke and forcing women to have sex. We don't know Russell for nothing else. Diddy, we got a lot of proof that he likes a lot of weirdo sex. And I would say I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Shannon Sharp too. I think Shannon Sharp. We gotta put him on watch too, because the girl that's suing him, she said she ate his ass. Oh no, Shannon. Shannon like to get his groceries ate. I don't know what's up with Shannon. He like to get his groceries ate. Yeah, man. He was running around with that male stylist. I don't know, man. We got to put an APB out for Shannon Sharp too. I don't know him. That's another nigga we gotta watch. Yeah, man. What y'all dealing? Hey, has anybody in here seen the movie Sinners? Anybody seen the movie Sinners? I'm thinking about going to watch it tomorrow. Has anybody seen the movie Sinners? Has anybody seen the movie Sinners? I am thinking about going to watch it tomorrow. Has anybody seen it? I've been hearing a lot of good things about the movie Sinners. Has anybody seen it? The movie Sinners. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. A lot of good reviews. I think I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Has anybody seen it? Let me know. I think I'm gonna finish this bottle of Cabernet and call it a night. Cause I only got a little bit left. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this bottle. Has anybody seen the movie Sinners? Let me know. Let me know. Forever or hold your peace. Let me see. Let me see what y'all saying on the poll. Let me see. Okay, I see. We got 4 votes. Five, 50% say black, 50% say Latina. Yeah, listen, man. Let me say this about black women. Let me say this about black women. Because a lot of people don't want to give black women their props. I'm going to give black women their props right now on this show. Black women are the foundations of beauty. Black women are is the foundation of beauty. We all know that civilization started in Africa. Civilization started in Africa. So, a lot of the foundations of learning, the foundations of beauty, the foundations of civilization comes out of Africa. So it's only right to give black women that credit. The foundation of beauty is from black women. That's a fact. So and when we look at the standards of beauty in 2025, the standards of beauty is what? Curvaceous women. That's black women all day. The foundations of beauty, BBLs, big butts. That's black women all day. The foundations, the standards of beauty, full lips. You see women getting lip fillers. That's black women all day with full lips. Black women are the foundations of beauty. So we have to give black women their flowers, you know? We have to give black women their flowers. When it comes to beauty, they are the pillars of beauty. You know, yeah, you know, a lot of these other women, they've taken the sauce and they ran with it and they did whatever they did with it, but they got that sauce from black women. Make no mistake, they got that sauce, they got that swag from black women. So a lot of y'all like to kick in the backs of the black women. Y'all love to talk about their weaves and their wigs and all this stuff. But remember, all these other races of women stole the sauce from black women. They stole the sauce. They stole the sauce from black women. Keep it a buck, you know? So I got to give black women their flowers, and I got to pay my respects to black women. They are the foundation, the pillars of beauty. That's my opinion. But yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. You know, keeping it a buck. You know. Yeah, but I was asking y'all, what type of women do y'all like? And 50% said black. 50% said Latina. Y'all feeling the Latinas. Arriba! You know? You like the Latinas. I listen. I love Latinas. I love Hispanic women. I will always love I will always love Hispanic women. I always love them. I always have a special place in my heart for Latina women. I've been in love with a lot of Latina women, so, you know, I always have a special place in my heart for Latina women. I grew up with Latina women. Some of my first loves were Latina women, so I'll always have a special place in my heart for Latina women and black women. So that's just me, though. Yeah, man. It is what it is, but we just vibing, bro. I'm on the Cabernet. I'm probably gonna finish this bottle. I'm gonna play another song. Let me know if y'all feeling this song. I'm playing another song. And let me know if y'all feeling this song. I'm gonna play one more song. Let me know if y'all feeling this joint. This is called Essence Atkins. This is from me. Let me know if y'all feeling this. From me. This is Essence Atkins by yours truly. Let's get into it.
You know what it is? True-and-livin. I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only macaroni. Miss Atkins.
Bopping through the streets with the leak, Timberland cleats. Play the field where we shoot for the stars, ain't hard to reach. Peep the repertoire, skeet off the toolie, dump in the reservoir. Take a swig of...
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We're going to have to run that back. Because, you know, listen, I've been doing a lot of talking tonight. We're going to have to run that back right quick. We're going to run that back right quick. We're going to run that back. You know what I mean? We got to run that back. Because, you know, listen, no. I've been doing a lot of talking. You know? We got to run that back one more time. Hold on. Run that back one more time.
You know what it is? True-and-livin. I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only macaroni. Miss Atkins.
Bop Bopping through the streets with the leak, Timberland cleats. Play the field where we shoot for the stars, ain't hard to reach. Peep the repertoire, skeet off the Thule, dump in the reservoir. Take a swig of Pinot Noir, hop in my foreign car. Bon voyage, I-95, passing the city streets from where we creep in backseat sleep. Watching Quantum Leap and play for keeps. Rules of the game, no time for referee. Don't step to me, I slap the clipboard. Ain't no coaching me, cost me plenty, but fortunately, I came at even, far from thieving. Credit card scam, shams, and all misdeeding. Not misleading, team was deceiving. Or the non-believers, streets ain't where you make achievements. Invest in what you most believe in. I left some jewels on my nightstand, and you can keep it. 22's under my bed with covers to sleep with. It's no secret, I'm teaching, niggas only leeching. The streets prey on the weakling seeking, that's how they eating. I'm front seat at the beacon, reeking, I'm probably chiefing. Got a shorty fine, she half black and Puerto Rican. I'm reaching, not for my gun, but for my gap, bitch. I need a black Benz and a chick like SS Atkins. Let's get it cracking. Life is good, I'm so fortunate. Watch out for orphan kids with cold hearts like an abortionist. The road we often miss with twists and turns like contortionists. The block a scorching kid, you holding heat, you an arsonist. The streets is all a myth, I got some piff that we all can twist. Blow the myth, my hustle content, shit, hand over fist. We take the risk, blow on the dice, put in all your chips. Take my advice, we living right, we can all get rich.
Slow down, son, you killing them. Slow down, son, you killing them.
The guy I met 2 weeks ago at the Justice Fund. Is he rich, handsome, rich? And remember, 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
He's sensitive, funny, and he has great taste. Look at these cute.
How was y'all feeling that? How was y'all feeling that?
You don't find that suspicious?
How was y'all feeling that?
What a thrill.
How was y'all feeling that, you know? FBA says this joint, this hard sounds like a 90s 2000 joint. This stuff that's out now is terrible. Salute. Thank you, FBA. Thank you. Yeah, listen, they got some joints out. They got some good music out there. You don't like some of the new music out there, FBA? You're not a Playboy Cardi fan? I like Playboy Cardi. I like some of the new stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I like some of the new stuff. Yo, FBA, you have to remember. All right, when it comes to music, keep it a buck, FBA. Every era had bad music. Keep it a buck. Every era, because think about it. All right, hypothetically, let's say you say this era is bad, right? Let's say you say this era is bad. Like you don't like Playboy Cardi, you don't like all the newer guys. You still got Kendrick, you still got J. Cole, you still got Drake, you still got Griselda, you still got Freddie Gibbs. You got a lot of great people making great music, right? Every era had bad music. If you go to the 90s, I mean, come on. You had Come On Ride the Train and Ride It, whoop, whoop. Come on, ride the train and ride it, whoop, whoop. Come on, ride it. That was in the 90s. You know what else you had in the 90s, BX? You know what else you had in the 90s, FBA? FBA, do you know what else you had in the 90s? How about this? Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, that you had that in the 90s. So every era had trash music. Every era had trash artists. In the 2000s, people love talking about Jeezy, Gucci Man, all these different Kanye, Lil Wayne. But guess what? In the 2000s, you had snap music. Oh, I bet they like me. Oh, I bet they like me. You had snap music in the 2000s. So every era had bad music. This is indicative of every single era. Every era had it, bro. Every era had it. So we can't look at any era and say, oh, this era of music is trash. Because I think every era had trash music. If we really go back in time and we look at every single era, we go to the 80s, We go to the 90s, we go to the 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. Every era, we're going to say, yeah, there was trash music in that era. I'm going to come clean. I can't say one era was trash and another era wasn't. Every era had trash. 90s had trash music too. But nobody talks about it. Nobody says, yo, 90s has some trash music. People want to look back at the 90s and act like, yo, the 90s was so lit. Yo, we had Pac. We had Nas. We had Biggie. We had all these great artists. But you also had 95 South. You also had, whoop, there it is. You also had, come on, ride the train and ride it. Come on, ride the train and ride it. You had all of that in the 90s. So you can't say the 90s was so great. But they had trash artists back then. Every era had trash music. But let me see what FBA is saying. FBA says, hold on, let me see what FBA talking about on here. He says, I just felt like the music was more realistic and relatable. Now, it's about how they sold so much dope. They can fill a stadium. I don't know. Maybe I got older and can't relate. I'm gonna come clean, FBA. I think you're not realizing that the 90s had bad music too. The 90s had bad music. Every era had bad music. Every single era. I'm 30. I'm 36. So we're in the same age group. I remember. Are you gonna tell me every song, every artist that came out of No Limit was a great artist? They had a lot of stinkers in No Limit. You know, I'm from that era. I'm from the No Limit era. I'm from the Hot Boys era. I'm from the whoop. There it is. I'm from that era. I remember. The 90s had bad music, but nobody wants to talk about it. People want to act like the 90s was just Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, Wu-Tang, and there was no type of other trash on the thing. You know? How did FBA lose his thing? What the hell? What happened? Yo, FBA, what the hell? Is FBA? Are you? How the hell you? What the fuck? How you lose your wrench? I definitely didn't take your wrench. You know I didn't take your wrench. How you ain't got no wrench on this one? What the hell? He says Shook the Shocker was terrible. Yeah, on the chat you don't have no wrench. Why you don't got no wrench on this one? You know you got a wrench for me. I don't know why it's like that. Oh, let me look on this thing. Hold on. Oh yeah, on my profile it's like I'm on my computer, so it's different. Yeah, on my phone you got your wrench, but for some reason on my computer you don't have a wrench. I don't know. That's weird. But yeah, on my phone you got the wrench, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you got the wrench on my computer. I don't know why on my computer it says you don't have a wrench. That's weird. But yeah. I still see it too. On my phone I see it, but on my computer I don't. See, yeah, on my computer it popped up again. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. But Silk the Shocker. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Silk the Shocker was it? Silk the Shocker. Silk the Shocker was trash. I ain't gonna lie. Silk the Shocker was trash. I'm not gonna lie, FBA. A lot of that No Limit stuff was trash. A lot of that No Limit stuff was trash. I'm gonna give No Limit. I think No Limit had like 2 classics. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna give No Limit 3 classics. I'm gonna give No Limit like a couple of those Master P albums were classics. And I think the True album when it was C Murder and Silk. So they got like 3 classics, but the rest of that stuff was trash. Yeah, on my computer, it's weird. I don't know. On my computer, it says you didn't have it, but when I looked on my phone, you did have it. So I don't know. It's weird. On my computer, it's only my computer. When I looked on my phone, you had it, so it's all good. You got it. You still got it. You know, you know you're good with me. Um, yeah, but a lot of that no limit stuff, FBA was trash. A lot of it, majority of it was trash. Majority of it. Mystical had a good album. Master P had a good album, but the rest of that stuff was trash. So if we keeping it a buck, every era had trash music. People act like the 90s was just Biggie and Pac and Nas and Jay and Wu-Tang. It was a lot of trash out there. It was a lot of trash out there. Nobody wants to talk about it. You think the radio stations were just playing Pac and Biggie all day? No. They was playing Come On Ride the Train and Ride It. They was playing all of that. They was playing Whoop There It Is. They was playing all of that. FBA says Mystical was cool. He was. Here I go. Here I go. Yeah, Mystical was lit. Mystical was lit back then. But No Limit had a lot of trash. They had a lot of trash, man. They had a lot of trash. You know? They had a lot of trash. And I don't like how people look like FBA, what's your favorite era in hip hop? What would you say your favorite era? Is it the 90s? Is it the 2000s? The 2010s? The 2020? Is it now? Like what would you say your favorite era was? Because you're 35, you're around my age. I know you're not gonna say the 80s. Because you were too young to say the 80s. Like I'm sure you wasn't riding around bumping LL Cool J radio, or you wasn't bumping Rakim Paid in Full. So I don't think you're gonna say the 80s. So you're probably gonna say the 90s or either the early 2000s. 50 Cent, Dipset, Jay-Z. You're probably gonna say either the 90s or the 2000s. He says, I don't know. I think my brain was more free to be all over the place because I was a child. But I got older and started really paying attention. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. He say 2000s, born in 89. Me too. I was born in 89 too. I'm an 89 baby. I was born in 89 too. 1989, bro. You said the 2000s. Come on, bro. FBA, are you really gonna tell me the 2000s didn't have trash music? Let's be real. First of all, let's be real. Let's be, because I listen. I'm a hip hop historian. After, I'm gonna say 2004. After 2004. New York is no longer relevant in hip hop anymore. After 2004, it's all about Atlanta. Let's be real. Dipset, 50 Cent, G Unit, all that shit was dead by 04. All their movements was pretty much like, I'm just saying things have died down because 50 Cent was beefing with the whole New York. He was beefing with Ja, Fat Joe, Jadakiss, Jay-Z. He's beefing with everybody in New York. So it's like a war going on in New York. So all of those movements have slowed down by 04. You got to remember 04, Usher, comes out. Atlanta has this big resurgence. Outkast puts out the double album. Usher has and the Confessions album. Atlanta had this big resurgence. After Atlanta has this big resurgence, what happens, FBA? Snap music is invented. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You said it yourself. You said, yes, South took over. Yeah, after 04, snap music in the South took over. Once snap, you're not gonna tell me that all of those snap artists, because this is all 2000s, Soulja Boy 2000s, Huey 2000s, Oh, I think they like me. The franchise boys, 2000s. All of this is 2000s. You're not gonna tell me that there was not trash music in the 2000s. So that's my point, is that there's never been an era in hip hop where it was just incredible music. Everybody just made incredible music, you know. Even when people say the 90s, you could find people making trash music. So I don't subscribe to that. You know, I feel like the 2000s, it got weird after 04, 05. After 04, 05, it got weird. After 04, 05, I would say 05, because New York slowed down, the South took over. Yeah, I would say after 04, 05, the 2000s got weird. Snap music took over, you know? Auto tune, everybody was on auto tune, So there's never been an era in hip hop where everything was just great, and this great, hip hop, everything that came out in hip hop was just awesome. Like that's just false. It's not true. You know, got to keep it a buck. Like my favorite era in hip hop, I would say it would be the 2000s as well. Like that would be probably my favorite era in hip hop, was the 2000s as well. But I'm just being honest. It was trash in the 2000s as well, you know? It was trash in every era, you know? Every era has some trash, every era. There's a lot of fallacies in hip hop. There's a lot of things that we have to address in hip hop that people need to address. Biggie being in anybody's top five, we need to stop. Biggie had 2 albums. That needs to stop. Biggie does not belong in anybody's top five. I'm sorry. I love Life After Death. I think Life After Death is the greatest double album in hip hop. I think Life After Death is better than Tupac's double album, Wu Tang's double album. I think it's the greatest hip hop double album of all time. But Biggie does not belong in anybody's top five. You only got 2 albums. You can't put Biggie's discography next to Jay, Nas, even Pac, because Pac left so much music behind. Pac, even before Pac had died, he already had 6 albums completed. Biggie only has 2. Biggie can't be in anybody's top five. I think we're too far in it. We got 50 years of hip hop. You're gonna tell me LL, Ice Cube, all of these artists that have been doing it for decades, you're gonna put Biggie over them? I'm sorry. You can't do it. FBA says I'm not going to front. Like after 50, I got into more conservative type music. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yo, FBA, you wasn't a fan of like Pop Smoke of that era? You wasn't a fan? Because I think when Pop Smoke came out, I think that was a young dude that I feel like New York could have got behind. It didn't matter what age you was. You could have been 30, you could have been 40, you could have been 50. Pop Smoke, he gave New York that energy. He gave New York that DMX 50 Cent type of energy. And what happened to him was so sad, but it's just like, was you a fan of Pop Smoke? Did you feel like Pop Smoke was going to bring New York back? Cuz I feel like Pop Smoke was like New York's last hope. Pop Smoke was New York's last hope. I ain't gonna lie. I really felt that in my heart. He was New York's last hope. Because I felt like he was the last guy that I felt like, yo, New York could get behind this dude. Like, it don't matter what age group you in, how young you are, how old you are. This dude has a real interesting voice. The beats is right. I could see everybody loving this dude. He says, I only really like Welcome to the Party. Oh, that's what's up. You know, Welcome to the Party was a hit. Yeah, I feel like Pop Smoke was really the guy. Yeah, Pop Smoke was dope, bro. Pop Smoke was dope. It was the truth when that beat came on in my truck. Yeah, man. Yeah, Pop Smoke was dope. Pop Smoke was dope. I think Pop Smoke is the only artist that has come out in the last, I'm gonna say 10 years that could have done something and could have really brung New York back. Everybody else that's came out in the last 10 years, they have been absolutely trash. Every last one of them. I don't care if they're a drill artist or if they're like an A Boogie type artist, they all been trash. Pop Smoke was the last one, in my opinion, that was like he could have really did something. Mm-hmm. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. That is a fact. How long I've been on? I've been on here for a hot minute. What is it, like 3:30 right now? I've been on here since 3:30. Let me see what time. FBA says I really been on my conscious like common and black thought. And MOP. You said MOP? Even newer, MOP. Keep it a buck, FBA. Keep it a buck. FBA, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Hold on. I want to ask you this question, FBA. Keep it a buck. Not songs. Lyrics. Lyrics. Bar for bar. Bar for bar. Not songs. I'm talking lyrics. Lyrics. Bar for bar. Bar for bar. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. I want you to be honest right now. I gotta lay it out. So I gotta lay it out. Let me spread it out because I want to lay it out. I want your honest opinion, FBA. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, FBA. I want to get your full undivided attention because I want to see if you're gonna keep it a buck. I want to see if you're gonna keep it a buck. Hold on. Bar for bar, lyric for lyric. We're not talking about songs. I'm not talking about song structure. I'm not talking about who had the best campaign, who had the best lies, who had the best this. I'm talking about bars. Who had the best bars? FBA. When you look at that Drake and Kendrick battle, who had the better bars? I want to see if you're going to keep it a buck. Who had the better bars? Keep it a buck, FBA. Keep it a buck. Who had better bars? Who had better bars on that battle? Take every diss record in consideration. Push-ups, Family Matters, Not Like Us, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams. Take all of those tracks into consideration. Who had the better, not who won the battle. I'm not asking who won the battle. Who had the better bars? I'm not asking who won the battle. I'm not asking who won the battle. We know who won the battle. Who had the better bars? I want to see if you're going to keep it a buck. CNG says tough. I turned off Drake this. You a hater, bro. You a hater. You a hater. I want to see if FBA gonna keep it a buck. I want to see if FBA gonna keep it a buck. I'm not asking who won the beef. I'm not asking who had the better lies, who had the better campaign, who had the better music video. I'm saying when you look at the bars on paper, who had the better bars? I want to know FBA's opinion on it. I want to know his opinion before I even tell my opinion. I want to know FBA's opinion before I even give my opinion. I'm gonna give my opinion, but I want to know FBA's opinion before I give my opinion. There you go. FBA keeping it a buck. FBA is keeping it a buck. Thank you, FBA. FBA, you're keeping it real. You're keeping it real. You're keeping it real right now, FBA. If we go bar for bar, Drake absolutely killed Kendrick. I don't care who had the better lies. I don't care who had the better song. Who had the better this? Who had the better that? Who had the better bars? Drake had better bars. Family Matters is better than anything Kendrick put out. Cage says Drake has better bars, but does he if he has all ghostwriters? Well, I'm going to keep it a buck, Cage. The writing credits for Family Matters, it's all for display. It's all for display. If you look at the writing credits on Family Matters, it's all his bars. There's no other writers credited. It's only him. So if you're gonna look at the credits on the diss records, it's all from Drake. So, and Drake has no problem crediting people he's worked with. He's credited Quentin. He's credited other people who's worked with him. So if you're gonna say other people wrote those bars, that would be disingenuous and that would be false because he's credited other people who's worked with him. There's no credits of other writers on those records. So I think you're just a Kendrick fan that's riding a jock. FBA says, I'm going to keep it a buck, though. Drake is who I wanted to hate on more. I don't know why. Most people got caught up on that. Most people got caught up on hating on Drake. That was just the narrative. I understand. Because people didn't want the light-skinned R&B singer, pop star to win. I understand. Cage says, I see. That makes sense. Exactly. Listen, man. If you go on any of those diss records, Drake is the only writer. Go to the diss record right now. You go to the writing credits, it's only Drake. Drake wrote those records. Yeah, but in my opinion, I understand. Listen, I'm not gonna sit up here and say Drake won. Clearly, Drake lost the battle. People gravitated towards Not Like Us. People gravitated towards the narrative of Drake being a PDF. I understand that. But if we're going bar for bar, lyric for lyric, Drake washed Kendrick. I don't even think it was close. Family Matters and Heart 6 is better than anything Kendrick put out. I think the battle really got good with 616, Family Matters, and 616, Family Matters, and Not Like Us. That was high level rapping. But I'm gonna say this forever. I'm gonna say this forever, and I hope this goes viral. I hope I might clip this. The fans ruined this battle. This battle could have easily went 3 or 2 more rounds. 3 to 2 more rounds. And I think we could have had a concise victor. If whoever shot up Drake's crib, if that never happens and people don't call this battle so early, we're going to have the greatest rap. But I think it's still I think it's still up in the air if this is the greatest battle of all time. I still think Jay-Z and Nas, I would put Jay-Z and Nas over this battle. I think that this battle was bigger, but I would still put Jay-Z and Nas battle over this one. But it's really you can make you can have a debate on that. But I feel like this battle could have been way more better. If we would have got 2 more rounds, 2 more records from each of them, we really would have really gotten to the meat and potatoes of a lot of stuff. We would have really a lot more would have came out, and a concisive winner would have really came out. Like the fact that we called Kendrick the winner because he had a hit record. I mean, Drake has how many hit records at this point? I mean, Drake has more hit records than anybody in hip hop. We should have never called this battle because Kendrick caught a hit record. I mean, I don't think that's how you judge I don't think that's how you judge a battle, by a hit record. You judge a battle by the quality of records and the facts being put in the records. It's not about who has the bigger record or who has the hit record. I mean, especially when it's Drake. Drake has hit records on hit records. So I feel like people graded this battle wrongly. And the narrative is that people wanted Kendrick to win. Because Kendrick represented the purity of hip hop. Oh, the backpacker, the purity, the consciousness, the love of the hip hop, the backpacker, the 4 elements. Kendrick represented everything great with hip hop, and Drake represented the corporation of hip hop. And I understand the narrative that people was going with, but if we're just going off of bars, pure bars, Drake washed Kendrick. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. FBA says Drake is who we love to hate on. LOL. I think it was the pop music too. You wanted to root for the underdog. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. See, me, I felt differently. I felt differently because I saw all the narratives online of people hating on Drake, and I felt differently. I started to feel like not necessarily that Drake was the underdog, but Drake had been treated unfairly. So I gravitated more towards Drake during the battle because I was like, people are kind of hating on Drake. People are kind of giving Drake a unfair shake. So I gravitated more towards Drake. I didn't feel like Kendrick was an underdog. I feel like people were overwhelmingly supporting Kendrick when they really should have been supporting Drake. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of Kendrick. More so a fan of Drake. And the only reason I'm more so a fan of Drake is because Drake is consistent. Drake doesn't go missing for 5 years. Drake doesn't go missing for 3 years. Drake is consistent with the music, and I respect consistency. I don't respect rappers who go missing for 5 years. Like, there's nothing that you could be doing that's that important that you could be missing for 5 years. I don't give a damn who you are. Jay-Z didn't become the GOAT by missing for 5 years. You got to be consistent in this game. If you're not consistent in this game, then we can't consider you one of the greatest. I'm sorry. So yeah, you got to be consistent in this game, So me personally, like Kendrick is not even in my top 10. Actually, I take that back. Kendrick is in my top 10, but he's low, and I don't really see him. And me personally, I don't see Kendrick ever getting into my 5 because he doesn't have the consistency. He hasn't been consistent. But this is my opinion. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. I'm going into rap talk right now. Cage says, if we go bar for bar, yes, but good music isn't just about bars. At least not anymore. If that was the definitely would say blah 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 blah. Well, listen, Cage, You says good music. What was the good music Kendrick put out? Euphoria was cool. Not Like Us, hit record. 616, good record. But Family Matters, incredible. Push-Ups, good record. Drake, they both put out good records. So when you say good music, I mean, I don't know if are you trying to say Drake didn't put out good music? Because Push-Ups was a good record. Family Matters was a great record. So they both put out good music. So when you're saying good music, I don't know what you mean, because they both put out good music. I can't say either one of them put out trash music. So I don't know what you mean when you say good music. Who was the one who didn't put out good music? Family Matters is an incredible diss record. Push-Ups is an incredible diss record. So is Not Like Us. So is 616. So they both put out good music. So I don't know what you mean by one person put out good music, one person didn't. I don't know what you mean by that. They both put out good music. Kendrick is Eminem's top 5. Stop the cap. Eminem has nobody in his top 5. Eminem has himself in his top 5. Stop it, bro. Stop it. FBA says, I think he meant lyrically, big beat, Pac. I disagree. I feel like, listen, I'm not going to debate who won the battle. We know who won the battle. Kendrick had a better campaign. He had a better rollout. People subscribed to what he was saying. It was a better narrative. People ran with that. I get it. I'm not trying to, have some type of revisionist history. Kendrick won, right? He had the better narrative. He had the better angle. That's not even a debate. But I'm saying, based off of when we go back to these lyrics, when we go back to these bars, because people go back to diss records. Remember, people go back to Ether and people go back to Takeover. A lot of people say when you go back to Ether and Takeover, they got Jay-Z winning.
You don't find that suspicious?
A lot of people say they got Jay-Z winning. They said Takeover was a better record. So I'm thinking to myself, when people go back to Family Matters, when people go back to Not Like Us, people are going to maybe say, Family Matters was a better record. People really ran with the narrative of Not Like Us, but Family Matters was a better record. C&G say, so Drake diss record were boppers to you? Absolutely. Push-Ups was a bop. Push-Ups was a bop. Cage, the majority of people that were watching the battle had Drake winning at that point. When Push-Ups came out and, Drake was trolling Kendrick, with the tailor-made freestyle and all that stuff, they had Drake winning the battle at that point. Even when Euphoria came out, people still had Drake winning the battle. So, I mean, yeah, so, Push-Ups was a bop. Family Matters was a bop. All of that was a bop. None of these records are bad records. So I don't know. I think you're trying to make that a narrative, but that's not the narrative. I'm not saying Kendrick put out bad records. I'm not saying Drake put out bad records. I'm not saying neither one put out bad records. All of these records are platinum. Family Matters is platinum. Push-Ups is platinum. Not Like Us is platinum. Euphoria is platinum. All these records are platinum. So if your narrative is Drake had bad records and Kendrick had good records, that's not the narrative. All of these records are platinum. Clearly, people like these records. If they went platinum, people like these records. I'm saying if you look at the lyrical quality, because at this point in time, all of these records are in the lexicon of hip hop, right? If no matter what they did on Billboard, no matter what they've done, commercially, how much they sold, all of these records are in the lexicon of hip hop. If we're going back in hindsight, if we're taking out the recency bias and we're just looking at the lyrics, I would say Drake had better lyrics.
'Cause
FBA says Kanye is the greatest of all time. That's not even a debate. We know that. We know that. We know that. We know that. We know Kanye's the GOAT. Soldier Boy said Drake stole his music. That's a cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's a cap. All Drake took from Soldier Boy was what's happening, and Soldier Boy, he stole that from another artist. So did he really steal from that? Nah, I would say no. I would say no. I'm getting tired, guys. I think I've been on here for a hot minute. I've been on here for a long time. Let me see what Cade is talking about, and I'm gonna call it a night. Drake won by bars, true, but who won the battle is subjective based on majority consensus. Well, you know, the majority say Kendrick won, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not trying to have any revisionist history. But he says consciousness, everything in life somehow. Listen, Kendrick won. I'm not here to debate if Kendrick won or not. I think it's revisionist history. Kendrick won. Kendrick had a better narrative and a better campaign. I'm not trying to debate that. I'm just saying when you look back at the lyrics, I would give the edge to Drake. So you don't believe Daylight wrote Drake this? Cage, come on, bro. Are you really? Come on. Daylight is with Kendrick's camp. I know. I'm gonna call it a night, bro. The fact that you even asked that is ridiculous. Daylight was standing next to Kendrick the whole battle. How did he write Drake's bars? He was standing next to Kendrick the whole. Yo, I'm gonna call it a night, bro. Yo, Cage, salute, bro. God bless. I'm gonna call it a night. FBA, salute. Have a good night. I don't even want to have this debate anymore. FBA, salute. BX Mel, salute. Everybody, salute. Have a good night. Yeah, have a good night. I don't want. I'm off the Cabernet. I'm a little twitted. Not that much, but I just feel like I don't want to have this debate anymore. All right. Listen. I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. But y'all guys have a good night. I wish you guys have a good night. Have a productive weekend. And good night, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man. We out. Toodles.